One of the things Trump did, let me see if I can show you this. This will have to go through the bigger page. So this is on Truth Social. Let me show you this. So Trump went in. He had somebody posted this. Now, again, let's be abundantly clear. This is not. I went through this thing already, but let's be abundantly clear. Trump didn't put this thing together himself. This is debunking the media's claim that all of Trump's 2020 election challenges were, quote, baseless. Now, they were. And there's some really fun trickery that whoever the fuck this, like the guy that puts this together, Trump just reposts it. And he's like, aha! Like, and so this is a list of all his lawsuits. What? Donald John Trump is a philo-Semite. He's like a pedo-Semite? Is that what he said? Like, yeah, he's a philo-Semite. He loves Jews. He's a Hebrew-philiac. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Anyways, let me show you what this is. So, in this gathering of this, they had this thing debunking the media's claim. This guy, Kyle Becker, put this out. And it's like, they're lying. They said there was no merit to these cases and they lost everywhere. And he goes, you're going to want to bookmark this. This is a compilation of the 2020 election challenges and what became of them. Despite the mainstream media lies that 60 plus election challenges found no evidence of wrongdoing, there were actually 92 cases with only 30 decided on the merits, because you can't sue outside the case and just, because that's your way of like creating a bullshit, absence of evidence lie. One of those 30, and of those 30, Trump and or the GOP prevailed in 22 of them. Now, or the GOP plaintiff. Now, the GOP plaintiff, like this is, the GOP plaintiff and Trump, the reason he ties it to Trump is because Trump by himself didn't win any that I can see that were meaningful. Some of them were just like, it's COVID. You should be able to pause these things. Hold on one second. I'm getting give me 1 second. Here we are. Sound's back on. Okay, good. All right, now. So this guy's making the case that Trump won 22 out of his 92 cases. Trump / the GOP. The case entries, many linking to Stanford's health election project, confirms the status in the ruling. So it was this group that filed these, whatever. The pivotal lawsuit may have been the Texas case brought by Ken Paxton, contending that a number of swing states made unconstitutional election changes because they did not go through the state legislatures, which, by the way, is horseshit. All of the state legislatures, including Texas, have provisions for health emergencies and environmental emergencies if they have to carry out official duties of the state within them that allow changes to be made temporarily. None of this is unconstitutional. It's just fucking goofy. If Ken Paxton wants to sue on behalf of fucking Georgia, he can fucking move to Georgia and be elected AG. So what this was just an end run around it. So thus debunks a widespread narrative Trump's legal challenges to the 2020 election were all baseless. Okay, let me tell you something. They weren't baseless. They were absolutely fraudulent and full of shit. Now, let me show you something. This is, in this one, the green ones are the ones that they're saying Trump won. These are the winning ones to show you that they weren't baseless. These are things that they won. Okay? God damn it. Okay, let me look. I'll show you a baseline example here. Now, fuck, that's small. I wish I could blow this. Can I blow it up? Nope. Why do you do that to me? Why? Hold on. Let me take this. I'll take it over here, and then I'll open it up as a picture, and then I'll drag it down over here, and I'll put this in. That's bigger. There we go. Now, if you, let's see, I'll drag this down. This is always a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. Here we go. There we go. Now, if you look at some of these, like I'll give you an example. Like here you go. Here's one. This one. Granted injunction. Iowa counties were told to send blank ballots. Trump / GOP. Closed status. Iowa. It says decided on merits. Yes. Rules. Whatever. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. This one ended up, let's see. Yeah, Trump v. Miller. This is the one right here. This is one of the examples of it's actually him. Okay. Ultimately, all that came of it. Hold on, shit. Get back in here, you silly thing. Move. Um, go back here. Why is it going? What the? How do you go back and forth to the thing? Get back in here, you silly thing. Boop. Next. Okay. Open this up. Again. There we go. Sorry about that. And see if I can stretch this out and quit it. I don't want you to do this thing. I want you to slide it over here. There you go. I gotta have one of these big broadcast systems at some point, for fuck's sake. There we go. Now we're getting okay. So let's look at this. Vote by mail, pre-populating ballots should not be allowed. That was the argument, that they should not be able to send out ballots to people, blank ballots. All right. Granted injunction. Iowa counties were told to send blank ballots. It was closed. They didn't do it. This is 12/20/20. It had no bearing. Did not change a single fucking vote. It was closed on the 20th. That's it. Granted injunction. Iowa counties were told to send blank ballots. That's it. Didn't change the vote count at all. Here's another one. Vote by mail. Mail voting deadlines for applying, receiving postmark. Granted injunction. Sequestration of late ballots. So because of, remember, Trump is controlling the mail system, getting his dude to throttle the mail process. So some people brought in their ballots and turned them in by hand. Other people mailed them the weekend of because they were concerned, because they didn't want to go out because it was COVID and all that kind of shit. And those got sequestered. Most of them were cured. Some people just didn't get their legit legal. This is just another example of somebody stopping people who literally had a right to vote, stopping their vote. This one right here. Granted injunction, sequestration of late ballots. This one's fascinating. Look at the one below it. Granted extended poll hours. Winner Trump GOP. Requested voting time extension. Let's go over to here. There you go. Donald J. Trump for president versus Gloria. Distinct rules. Yes. Requesting vote time extension. They wanted extended poll hours so that people who were late to voting could keep voting after the deadline. Yeah. Okay. Another one. Here's the vote by mail. Granted injunction. Late ballots without ID were not counted. In Pennsylvania, there were none. Not any that meant a fucking goddamn. Let's be abundantly clear. Now, there was another one that I think is funny. These are all like denied because they wouldn't let us and they don't like us. That whole shit. Now, let me see if this one. Yeah. Drag this guy over here. Open that one up. And yeah, here you go. Shrink this down and then drag it over to here. So you guys can get over here, you ass. Now, let's go back to these. These are all Trump's lawsuits. All 92 of them, but the green ones are the ones that he says he won. He won. The GOP defendant in this is counted as Trump in this. And you'll notice a lot of them are just like, I love this one, mostly granted. Wait till you see that one. That one's fun. Okay, so enforce statutes governing the acceptance of absentee ballots with respects to postmarks. Granted, GOP defendant. State agreed to update voter rolls. GOP defendant. Clean up, purge voter rolls, especially deceased. Zero effect on it. No, who gives a fuck if they're dead people on the voter rolls because they died between the time they registered and the time the election came about? They didn't fucking vote. Their votes didn't count. Nobody, if they cure a ballot or they go, oh, this person was dead, it says they died. Well, don't count that shit. Obviously, that's fraudulent. All right, so this is, where is it? Yeah. Yeah, this guy right here. Mostly granted. Nevada Republican Central Committee versus Clark County. Request for various voter data. Mostly granted. Because they wanted home addresses so they could fucking torment people. Okay. Voluntarily dismissed, withdrawn. They don't count those. Whatever. This is like, okay. Discovery granted. Defendant agreed with plaintiff's complaint. Voting machine improperly counted votes. This is a machine rule in Antrim County, Bailey, whatever. That one was solved and answered at the same time. They already, remember that one? They filed a lawsuit based on the Antrim County miscount. That was, it was the tabulator. It wasn't the actual certified vote. So the tabulator told CNN the wrong number, and then they corrected it. Remember that shit? And then by the time this lawsuit was even filed, they're like, yep, that happened. And then they fixed it. Jesus. So, and then, let's see, is the other one. This guy right here. Yeah. This is the last one I'm going to show you because it's just, you get the point. This idiot, hold on, right here. Now, let me expand this shit out. Okay. Improper ballot counting, asked to inspect the ballots. Granted, in Georgia. This is Fulton County. Favorito v. Clooney in Fulton County. See this one? 12-23-20. Process. Yes. When Georgia. Improper ballot counting, asked to inspect the ballots. Granted. They inspected the ballots. Now, what you will learn from that one right there is that all this bullshit about, we don't know if there's other ballots out there or these were fake. We don't know if they're real. They were allowed to inspect the ballots. This is part of the process. It's why he goes Trump GOP. It was actually a GOP there, whatever. This is one of the ones that like Raffensperger and Kemp both referred to on their fucking phone call with Trump was happening. They're like, yeah, we looked at this shit. There's nothing there. Same thing here. Violations of state election laws require signature verification, etc. Granted. So they were able to verify the signatures, and they didn't change the vote at all. Not a single vote tossed out. That's the point. Okay, and this is granted. Improper ballot counting, asked to inspect ballots. Granted, they were allowed to inspect the ballots. Remember when they were saying everybody gets thrown out? All that shit? Okay. Defective claims, like disposition. Recount procedures. Defective claims. Trump GOP, 11-13-20, closed. I don't know what defective claims mean. Senate requests are legal, was this other county objecting to a Senate investigation. So they, like the county was, Maricopa was saying like the federal government can't come in. Decided on merits, 31. No Trump anarchy, but prevailed 23 out of 31 cases decided on the merits. No, they didn't. And where they did, quote unquote, prevail, it didn't turn out, it didn't have any of the information they said existed. Everywhere they went, in all of these, where they're like, we won the case. Well, the case was, let us look, in most cases. And when they looked, what'd they find? More Biden votes. And if they found any fake votes at all, any duplicate votes, any of that shit, all Republicans. All of them. The dude who murdered his wife, the fucking people in the villages who went to fucking jail for years because they tried to vote 2-3 times. Yeah, you get the point. So, anyways, that's the end of our chapter on Donald Trump.